We do follow a ship naming convention in this fleet. Today's ship naming convention is hashtag drop supers plox. So please make sure that your ships are renamed to that. The reason we do this is because when we are out and about hunting in faction warfare, if we see that ship name on D-scan, we know not to go fly off and try to kill that person. But if we don't use that ship naming convention, and we see somebody sitting in a novice and we get all excited and we warp there and we jump in and we find out, oh, it's a fleet member, then we get disappointed and sad. And we don't want to be disappointed and sad. Oh, I have people to invite. Please hold.
Yeah, you're not running the tour. Although, TCP are going to break it on Tuesday, so hey.
Okay, so I am your FC Emma, and I will be giving all of the commands verbally. I will try to do broadcasts as I remember, but most of your commands are going to come over comms. So you'll hear me say warp to, align to, hold, J word. I will say the J word multiple times when I want you to actually perform the J word. If you do not hear the J word coming from me, do not do the J word. For comms, obviously, I think you guys get the idea that we try to keep it open and chatty and casual. But if you hear me say check, check, I need you to stop talking because I either need to ask somebody a question or communicate some important information to the fleet. Please, 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 please stay with the group, stay with the fleet. If you fly off on your own, and you get a target and we are 2 jumps out, we're not going to come back and help you. You're going to be on your own and that's going to suck. So please stay with the group. If you spot a particularly juicy target, don't go off on your own. Tell us about it and maybe we can move together and go get them. We are going to faction warfare space because the PvP there is pretty darn good eaten. And in particular, we're going to Caldari Galente faction warfare space. In faction warfare space, there are things called plexes, and they come in a couple of sizes: novice, small, medium, and large. The novice, smalls, and mediums all have acceleration gates. If any of you have not been to faction warfare space, but you've done missions, missions have acceleration gates, so it's exactly like that. The key difference, though, is that these acceleration gates control the ship size that can get into that particular plex. So novices only accept T1 and T1 faction frigates, smalls accept destroyers and below, mediums accept cruisers and below, and then larges are open completely, do not have any acceleration gates, and basically a free-for-all. Plexes are treated as dead space areas, which means that you cannot warp around when you're in or near a plex, so keep that in mind. Daniil earlier mentioned that it's probably a good idea for some people to have micro warp drives to get around quickly. Sometimes we will engage people who are very, very fast. And, we can't warp to one another, so micro warp drives are good.
But there's a double-edged sword, because a lot of those people are snaked, and you'll never catch them, and they will just pull you away from us, and then we can't save you, even if we're trying. He's going to kill you in 20 seconds, and we're going to take 30 to get there, and just don't chase some people.
Yeah.
If it's quicker than you, well, there's no way the rest of the fleet can get to save you.
Yeah. So again, that's another point. Stay with the group. We are stronger together than we are apart. After we have a fight, please remember to put a GF in local. We want to stay classy. We want faction warfare space to like us and give us fights. If you do get blown up early in the fleet or at any point in the fleet and we're still going, feel free to reship. After, when we've killed somebody, my rules about loot are this. Loot the wrecks, grab the loot, first come, first serve. I don't want anything to do with the loot. I don't care about the loot. I want anything to do with it. So you guys, first come, first serve, loot the wrecks. Make sure to remember to post your kill mails in the fleet chat so that we may all revel in the glory of the murder that we have just committed. In terms of engagements, we never, ever, 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 ever engage on a station because station games are poopy and people play them all the time. In terms of gates, we will engage on gates if somebody is blinky or if it's a particularly juicy target. I think we killed that Panther on a gate during one of our last fleets. So, but in general, we're only going to engage on gates if somebody is blinky, because otherwise the gate guns are going to blow us up. If we decide to engage somebody who's not blinky on a gate, the gate guns are going to shoot you. Your job at that point is to warp off and then come back in. You're going to have to learn to fly your own ship in cases like that so that you don't lose your ship. So if we're engaging someone who's not blinking on a gate and the gate guns start shooting you, GTFO, and then just come back, because then the gate guns will stop shooting you. So go ahead, post GFs and local. You can go ahead and shut up local to your heart's content, but be funny and goofy and weird. Don't be gross. Again, we want faction warfare space to like us. Make sure that your safeties, which are in the upper left-hand corner of your capacitor display, make sure that safety is set to at least yellow if you want to do any kind of pew-pew at all. If you want to shoot pods, and you are not required to shoot pods, make sure that your safeties are set to red. You are going to take standing hits, and if you shoot pods, you're just going to take pretty large standing hits. So that's, your own thing to manage. If we call a target who is blue to you, your corp, your alliance, your coalition, your neighborhood watch group, you are not required to shoot blues. You can just stand down. Finally, I'm going to X up and... That is me. I am Emma.
Can you take X's, or I missed my invite at some point?
Here we go. I got it.
Okay, cool, thanks. So go ahead and add me to your watch list. We're pretty small, so I'm not going to do scouts today. I think we're all just going to sort of fly together. With that said, anybody have any questions? All right, fleet. Warp Ostigate and hold. Warp Ostigate and hold.
FC, I forgot my stripper. What do?
Get good.
Oh.
You'll have to find a low class one in low sex space.
Yeah.